on.
Right, we're at apiary number 2 at the Forum Shopping Centre, and we're just about to put the small nuke into their new home.
Do you want your gloves?
Aye. Yeah, I just forgot I haven't put my gloves on. Thank you, Cheryl.
There you go.
But I've got my white pants on today because they stung us 3 times yesterday when my black pants on. Left leg and right thigh. So got my white pants on today. So like I say, these have been locked in here overnight. So I don't normally use a smoker, but I'm going to put a couple of puffs of smoke in just to drive them down into the frames. This hive's all ready. I've taken all the frames out because it had 12 frames of foundation in, taking them out, and we'll put the 6 frames out of here straight into there with 3 frames of foundation back and front. And the other thing we've got in here is we've left the queen excluder on the bottom. So basically the queen is going to be trapped in that brood box, and we'll leave the queen excluder on for a week, few days to a week. She can't escape, so she'll settle down in the brood box, and then after a week or so she'll be nicely settled, laying eggs and all the rest of it. It just means that she can't abscond and take all the rest of the bees with her. So we'll just lift this corner and give them a bit of a good wafting. Put the lid back on for a second, and that, well, it did hang on the fence just before. That's it. Like I say, what we'll do is these will go straight in, frame by frame, in order. So that's the first one. That goes in. There's the second one. They've all got their heads stuck down in the cells, eating the pollen nectar because they think there's a fire because I put the smoke in. So they'll be gorging themselves because if you look, they've all got their heads down in the cells feeding. So they'll be gorging themselves with the pollen and the nectar because of the smoke. So that helps calm them down, because it's like you after a big Sunday dinner, you feel full, you feel tired, and you want a nap. And that's exactly the same with the girls now. They're gorging themselves to try and save what they can out the hive in the way of stores and nectar. And they are now all in there, and the frames are in the order they were. This has got metal runners in, so we don't need to Vaseline anything. And then what you do is You get the box and you go and knock them all out, or as many as you can, and then we'll put that down there. Oops. With the queen excluder on, leading up to the entrance. Right, can you give me 6 of them frames, please? And what we do is we pop empty frames in. These are just blank foundation because they'd already started using all of these frames and started drawing out the one at the front. So that's it. And then we'll put these ones at the front. Because basically they had about 5 frames out of the 6 were partially drawn. So we'll just, that's it, push them in tight, and then we'll give these, the top of these, a quick clean off. And then that's it. And then we'll put the queen excluder on. And we'll just put this on like that. Where's my knife? Separate. And that, what you can hear, is where I stuck the 2 parts together with propolis. Grab that for me, please. Thank you. And we'll just see if we can get all of these out of here. There we go. Come on then, out you come. No, I didn't say go in, I said come out. That's it, and that's all the bees out of that box and now into this hive. And what you might see, yeah, come on you, get out of the way. And what you might see is they're all in the hive, and there'll be, I've closed the entrance up a little bit, but there is a gap. There there is a gap just in there for them to come in and out. But I've closed the entrance up a little bit because we are getting to the time of year when we're starting to get wasps around, and wasps will rob the hive, they'll kill your bees, because at this time of the year they're also turning carnivorous. So rather than just rob the honey, they will actually rob the hive of bees. So if you close the entrance block, it means that the bees can protect the entrance easier. It's much smaller for them and it's easier. So the entrance block will stay in for a couple of weeks. Queen excluder will stay on the bottom for a few days to a week. That's the one that will stay on the top. And that is our bees. I'll just give them a bit of a smoke on the top here. Go on, get off. And we've got a dead old one there. There we go. Get them off the top, so when we put the lid on, they're all down in the frames and we're not squashing any. And that's it. That's the transfer complete. Bees are now in their new home, so we can leave them just to get on with it. I put a strap round the stand through the enclosure, so if we do get any heavy winds, etc., the stand's not going to move, and then we'll strap the hive to the stand and the hive's not going to move. And what you'll see now is, I'll just put that down there, if I move out the way, is you'll see the bees hovering around the front and around the hive. That's them doing that orientation flight, because they're in a new situation, new surroundings. It's about 3 to 4 miles from where they were, but you see how they're hovering and flying back and forwards and going back in, then coming back out and doing the same, and then slowly but surely they're hovering around the hive and hovering above it, and that's their orientation flight. So they'll fly off so far and come back, and each time they fly off they'll go a little bit further and come back, so they know where the hive is. And also they'll recognise the colour of the red and the purple, and there's a yellow one to go on and a blue to go on as well. But then they'll recognise, you see how they're hovering, doing the orientation flight, so they know where the hive is, so when they fly off they know where to come back. And that's it for today. All done.